Okay, everybody. So this is essentially a winter war scenario in the 1970s, 1980s. Op 4 is attacking Blue 4. Both sides have AKs. Blue 4, do me a favor. You're going to have AKs. Do not switch to the M16 option. It'll break your loadout. You just have to have the AK. Op 4 will have AK-74s and will be attacking via whatever route they find necessary. Any questions?
Blue 4
Sequential?
platoon lead.
No.
Well, Blue 4 CL. Any questions?
Nope.
So they
Op
are
4, any questions?
caches or terminals or
Caches, and there's almost no visibility.
like fog, no visibility, or like
You'll find out.
All right.
Can't wait for the VOD.
fog.
I'm new, so I
Okay.
don't know what I'm doing.
Is
Right.
it building?
Isn't it?
Put
Okay.
that beeper down.
With that, then,
I'll
ladies
be
and
upset if
gentlemen,
it's a nightmare.
happy
I have a
Halloween. Let's launch the first night.
All right, we're starting a little bit late, but that's because I had to deal with some IRL stuff.
Visibility's not too bad. I've seen worse.
Visibility is about up to, I would say, 100 meters max. Nah, like if you look through on the open, you can still see the far trees, but it cuts off pretty
Better than
much
some of
at.
Skelly's night missions. I'll tell you that much. They'll be fine.
Why you dissing Skelly, man? He's in the multi today.
I had to. Especially if he's in the multi. Are you kidding?
Wait, what? Bart, no. It's time to shitpost Barb for shitposting.
Yes, I made a mission.
Here's the biggest thing that is gonna make or break this for both sides. So one side gets a T80B from the looks of it, and the other side, which T72 did they give them? Because certain shells from that T80. Okay, they gave him a T72B. They're comparable. The T80 is going to be a bit more maneuverable, though.
I like the theme though. They're trying to recreate the 1990 what is it? 1940s Winter War, 30s to 40s.
1939.
Yeah.
I believe it was, but yeah.
They literally just did a campaign on this shit, and you don't even know what year it is.
That was like 3 to 4 months ago, dude. I'm jumping from project to project
that was
here.
like 2 weeks ago.
Winter War? No.
Yeah.
That was
Dude,
that was
that was a while ago.
Great Road was like 3 months ago. If you're talking about the other NF campaign I tried to get off the ground, but the keys borked, that was like at least a month ago.
Oh, well. It's nice to see the servers running.
Yes.
Yeah, no, they took out some of their client-side mods like suppress and enhance soundscape, and that'll help
That
them
will
out with the
make a
load-in.
Big difference.
Yep, because suppress would calculate every time bullets were fired at you. Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot smoother today. What are the numbers looking like? I didn't even check that. We're at least in triple digits.
Blue 4 gets, or yeah, we're at 110 plus. Red 4 has the advantage here. Blue 4, I'm just looking at the areas they have to go and defend. It's what
Let's update that to the title.
Defense? Yeah, cash defense.
Yeah, it's a three cash defense. 50-minute round.
I'm just looking at it. All of these are actually pretty easy to defend.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's, how about this? Let's go through and let's look at Op 4 real quick. So Op 4, they've got Transport Vix, they have 2 BTR-80s, and is that a T-72 or T-80?
T-80B.
That's a T-80.
T-80B. Alright.
The turret's a little bit rounder, but it's pretty hard to distinguish between
You'll be able
the
to
two,
tell the
personally.
difference once the engine is running, trust me. T-80 has a jet turbine engine, the T-72 has a diesel engine.
Gotcha. So Op 4, on top of that, they have a 10% numbers advantage, which with, 100 plus players, that means they at least have about, an extra 7 to 10 for that. I like how Dingo hasn't had his loadout given to him yet. He's just standing around as a CSAT guy with an N95 mask.
He might have crashed out.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't dupe his kip. These guys have 545 based weaponry, but looks like, Charlie 1, Foxtrot 1, Foxtrot 2 are going to be the machine gun teams with PKPs. Matt team weapon is going to be the RPG-32. So your standard Russian guys, but they do have those Takistani helmets, which I think is kind of cute. but I'm
Is
not
that the red
seeing. Yeah, red 4.
It's just your Soviet era SSH helmet.
Yeah. I call him Takistani. Wait, whoa. Players network does not meet speed requirements for the server. Tarnfolk. I've never
Goodbye,
seen that one
Tarnfolk.
before.
I've never seen
That's
that.
a new one.
Nice. It's time again for FNF. I
am
agree,
very
Larry. Let me get
concerned
to you in a
about
second.
crashing out myself now.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. The reason they adjust the numbers for the server is so that they can make sure no one's one connection lags the server out too much by having a ping too high because of you know, the really old ARMA framework they've been using for over 2 decades now. But
It's time again for FNF.
Op4's got 3 caches to assault Blue 4 already going around. Looking at Blue 4's weaponry again, they're gonna have 7.62 based guns. Looks like ×1 scopes similar to Op4. But they got PKMs, PKP. Their AT guy is going to be a Carl Gustav, though. And I also see they have some not static, some 50 cal off-roads with gun shields on them. I didn't see that on the roster, though, so.
Neither did I. That'll make some interesting moves. Depends on if they run straight into their T80.
Yeah, but I mean, at least with that mobility, they'll be able to maybe get behind the enemy infantry. But at the same time, with visibility only going out to about 100 meters tops from the ground perspective, it's going to be more towards luck if they even get into that. I'm also noticing that the AT at the squad level for Blue 4 is the RPG-26, which is a single shot tube. I'm going to go back and
They
look at
swapped
Op4
out
here.
with the AT framework for some of the people, just because, you know, for the longest time, Blue 4 let's just go with Blue 4 would get an AT4 while Op4 would get
Got
you
the
know, an
RPG, that
with
was
a second
reloadable.
reload or whatever. So to balance things, they're like, well, why not just use the RPG-26?
Yeah, no, if they really wanted to balance it, what they should do is give Blue 4 the M72A laws and Op4 the RPG-26s, and that's literally like the Russian copy of the law, so
Pretty much. Close
I could see that getting rebalanced right there. But yeah, no, so squads are giving single shot AT
Both of them.
now. I think that's kind of
Both
interesting.
teams
Both
are
teams,
using
yep, both Blue 4 and
RPG-26s.
Op4.
So that'll be good. That'll be a good thing to see. It is worth noting both tanks do not have thermals. So their view range is going to be severely limited as well. So you're just, you know, mind yourself walking through the fog and you run straight into an enemy tank.
Mm-hmm.
It'll actually be in these conditions rather easy to outmaneuver.
I agree.
A tank. So
Anyway, Larry, thanks for the $50, man. Yes, we have Friday Night Fights Hour. We're going through everything. I had some tacos, so I started the stream a little late. But thank you so much, man. I'm gonna put that money to cider. I hope you keep enjoying everything. I hope you get a kick out of this one.
Not really much to go off of here.
Well, let's
The easiest place to defend will be the center objective. There's a wall going around all of it. It's in the easiest spot to defend in the entire freaking building.
Mm-hmm. You know, this I feel like this particular section has actually been used in a previous AO.
It has.
Where they use the warehouse building instead. But I mean, they got a military base right next to it that they can set stuff on, and that military base is part of the zone. Because you also have to consider the central objective has the largest zone, but with all of these well-fortified areas, Blue 4 could easily mount a few teams worth of dudes in buildings and lock that area down really well. The real battle is going to be who's able to utilize their tank more effectively, because if Op4 can get their tank to start shelling some of those buildings, that's going to be game over for Blue 4 pretty early on. I do want to look at... Go ahead.
I'm not sure what loadout they gave the tanks, because remember, they do limit the amount of HE shells that they get, so...
A little bit of
It is also
desync.
worth noting all of the
Jesus, Mod.
caches are on the second floor of buildings.
Mod, what did you do?
You know, an MG gun
Modadic,
sitting on the
no.
bottom of the stairs.
No more hype trains.
Okay,
Larry, no more hype trains. Also, Zope, how you doing?
Until someone thws a grenade.
Oh dear, it's round one of EU.
Disconnect for speed requirements. Bread, TSB player.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of seeing it now, though. If you look at Blue 4 side, we're having a little bit of rubber banding here, but I think this is because players are connecting and reconnecting.
You can see it on all sides.
Yeah.
Send in Goat Team 6. Now.
Hopefully it'll stabilize within a safe start. let's look at the southern objective. I kind of like this one because it has its own little perimeter as well. It's a quiet little hamlet, but this does allow Op4 to basically get right on top of this objective. But I still think putting a team in this building would suffice pretty well.
Goat Team 6.
Probably at least to trade evenly. Meanwhile, on the northern objective, I mean, it's kind of the same way.
Send in Goat Team 6.
You got some forested areas to get close to the objective, but again, it's a big building. And that would let... I mean, actually, no, this building doesn't have any windows that are accessible. So that one's also a bit tougher.
Having a PSA from one of the FNF staff. Don't mark in global chat, so someone has fucked up somewhere and marked their plan in global.
I don't think that's the case. I've seen people mark in global chat in the past, and usually it's fake battle plans to throw off the other team. So I don't think that's the case, because we're seeing, if we actually go to global, it's Patriot writing main attack on it. I think that's a bluff. Because these guys will use any advantage they can to try to throw off the other team. But I mean, if you put a plan on the map and then make the players on the other side defend against that plan, but then you actually have a real plan that goes completely around that original plan. Sounded a little meta right there, but you can easily win the fight by doing something like that. But
go down and just watch the Red 4 herd, just kind of. Or Op4, whatever.
Just rubber band around.
Just rubber band around. It's quite amusing.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Worst comes to worst, they will
send in Goat
we'll just restart
Team
the
6
server between this round and round 2, and that should hopefully stabilize it. Either way, I don't know. I can hope the desync stabilized. I think that's just because people are connecting, reconnecting to the server, and the server's playing catch up. I mean, they got rid of a lot of those optional mods that were causing that desync in the roster there, but we'll have to see how things go. But regardless, I think the team that's going to win this fight is whoever can better utilize their tank.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Like,
now.
I just don't see it being that useful with this short view range.
I think if they could get a tank in an urban environment and have the other team whiff their AT, that tank is going to become hell to deal with.
Well, yeah.
But it's unlikely, admittedly. But Op4 with all this additional armor, if they can completely circumvent where the Blue 4 Mat Team Gunner is, I think that I think Op4 could easily have this in the bag. Never mind, they gave it to Eander. Nope, Op4 screwed. GG, Blue 4 wins.
What, does Ian have the RPG?
Yeah, they gave Eander the fucking Mat Team rifle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I would not want to be an Op4 armor player on that.
I think they took... Yeah, no, Ian is Charlie 2. That is the...
Yep, he is Charlie 2 AT. So, that's...
Oh, wow, this is a rarity. It
What?
has the Moz scope on it as well. Typically, they give you just the iron sights, I thought.
Yep. They probably have the Moz scope to counter the RPG 32 scope to again make it more balanced, but yeah, no. I don't have a direct clip of him doing it, but I know he has a clip on his channel of him shredding in that Helm's Deep style siege op. From a few weeks ago, Eander got like, yeah, he got 2 close range shots, pulled back, and then got like a 450, 500 meter shot in the blink of an eye. It was actually really amazing to watch.
For that mission.
Mm-hmm. So it's Iceberg and Barb casting. Barb, do you have any thoughts?
The enemy's AT as well.
Yeah, they took out the helicopter that landed the enemy Mat Team, and they killed the Mat Team, took his AT, and used it. But Barb, let's hear you. It's been Ice and I dominating. Come on.
Well, hey, that's usually what you do.
Send
but
in Team 6.
Larry,
yeah,
no.
I agree with Iceberg with as far as the tank. This view distance, even if you're trying to look for silhouettes, it's
Send in Goat Team
incredibly
6
tough to say the least. So my agree is as far as like the tanks aren't going to be that useful. However, the fact that the Mat teams don't have javelins this time gives them some potential at least. So We'll see how well
If you got
they
a sub
can
from Mod or
deal
Larry,
with
make
the
sure you
AT
thank him.
infantry,
Larry, thanks for the 50
'cause
bucks
once
and the
that's
20
that's
subs.
down,
Mod,
it
thanks
becomes
for
a
the
knife
20
fight
subs. I
between
hope
two
you all
tanks,
keep enjoying the
and
op.
whoever
Stay safe
wins
from
can
COVID, and I hope you get a
shred
kick
probably
out of this
most
one.
the other team. But
Send in
it's
goat
gonna take a
team
while before we see
6
what actually happens as far as this very close quarters tank warfare, and
Send
we
in
have
goat
some
team
experience as
6
far as
now.
tanks in close quarters.
1 second.
Send in goat team 6 now.
Gotta tab out because I got more Twitch URLs. To
Send in
add.
goat team 6 now.
We have a lot of people streaming this one.
Send in goat team 6.
Looks
Barb,
like
I'm gonna
that
send you an
was going to-
updated Twitch URL.
Thank you. Because yes, you did actually send me one. I never updated it.
Send
But yeah, it
in
looks like they're
goat
not really
team
garrisoning the
6
northern
now.
objective. They have the tank up here, and Kenny, who is command 2IC.
Send in goat team 6 now.
I would say this is a pretty common strategy we see in Friday night fights. Usually when the defending team is given 3 objectives, they will scuttle one, put a small defensive on another, and then have a majority of their defensive lines at, like, you know, what they consider the best objective
Send
to
in
be.
goat team 6
What's also curious is we have a fire team on its own down to the south from the central objective, and they've got 2 AT guys, so I think they're
Send in
thinking
goat team 6
to possibly
now.
use those guys to try to snipe any of the BTRs early on to try to get an advantage there. But otherwise, mission has
Send in
started.
goat team
Looks like
6
the rubber
now.
banding has actually stopped with it. So I guess it was just some issue with safe start. We just saw Blue
Send
4
in goat
gun
team
down
6
Staten
now.
Bay. I have no idea why, but he is dead on Blue
Wait,
4.
what? Where?
Send in goat team 6
Staten Bay is
now.
dead.
Where?
Delta 2 for Blue 4. And I don't see a copy of him down
Send in
anywhere,
Oh no, he's
so...
dead. He's
Yeah.
he's KO. What the fuck?
I heard gunshots, and that's what I saw. So I don't know. I
Send
have
in goat
various
team
questions,
6
but we're just
now.
gonna play it off as if nothing happened. So, already, first strike to Blue 4 on Blue 4 within the first
Send in
minute
goat
of
team
the
6
game
now.
starting.
10 seconds, not even a
Woo!
minute.
Oh man, you gotta love those quick kills you get in the first 10 seconds of search and destroy on Call of Duty. There you go.
Oh boy, we have Blue 4's tank headed off to the corner of the map to do absolutely nothing for the next hour.
You know, I'd normally
might-
say something to counter you about that, but no, you're absolutely right. We
They-
usually
they-
do see tanks get squandered in these matches, and it pisses me off.
They might see the convoy flanking around, but they're gonna have to get in a really good hiding position.
They're gonna have to get close. Because the render distance when you go down, since they don't have enough thermals, I mean, it's even worse on the Op4 side. It is going a little to higher ground if you, Actually, no, let me do some number comparisons. Actually, no, it's by 10 meters. So they literally go from like 50s to 60s up into Blue 4's territory. That's why the fog kind
It's
of...
not gonna make any difference.
alleviates-
Blue 4 isn't positioning well.
I mean, no, actually, you're right. The fog got thicker. The fog got a lot thicker. It's now within 50 meters of visibility.
Kenny also ran into a rock, but he seems to be fine.
Oh god, are you being the convoy tracker for when they desync and kill each other within the first minute of the round, Barb?
Oh yeah, because you never get the footage.
Touché.
Xenos in my chat saying that Scandi sacrificed Athenby to Odin.
For the gods, because of their
For the
because they're a
gods.
Finnish faction. I get that, but it looks like we're seeing Op4 go into a pincer maneuver. We have one squad tied to the rear BTR and the armored convoy along the MSR going to Hutala. I think they're gonna go try to get on the northern objective, while the rest of the Op4 force goes to the southern objective. And from there, they're going to try to pincer the central one, which isn't a bad call based off of the areas shown, you know? You got the northern one with the smallest area, so it's predictable where that cache is. I think they're trying to predict that Blue 4 probably won't send too much up there because of how limited the defenses are, but if you go to the south, you see that village in the forest that could be a little more defensible. But Blue 4, I mean, I thought they were sending a squad down to defend the southern one. It looks like they're conceding that as well, and instead they're going to go for a single cache defense, but my question, no, so they have a marksman team on the southernmost cache with how do I say that? Yeah, Meta Martian, I was right. So he's with Fred in Platoon 1 HQ. I thought they were going to put an explosive trap down right there, but that's not the case.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to do some Overwatch or recon with that marksman rifle, but
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to do much against the sheer size of the force that's coming here.
Got the 50 cal cars pulled to the southern group, and it looks like they're going to hold right there. But they're being solo crewed as well. But it looks like, you know, these guys might actually be the whole technical team, because there's 6 infantry down here. And the technicals can each carry 3, so they might try to be a rapid AT force to get behind any armored assets coming in, which would be smart, but I think that would also be better if the MAT team did it, but who knows? I think they're just trying to be defensive with those assets themselves to watch that MSR coming in. Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
If Blue 4 just moved their tank 100 meters south, they'd be able to see, or they'd be able to hear the enemy convoy roll by as long as they leave their engine off. Right now, those BTRs and the T-80 might be able to roll right past them.
Yeah, honestly, a better spot for them to have been on is where one of the roads, like, you see how it goes a little windy on the road?
The roads have a bunch of little offshoots and side roads that come off, just sitting in any of those.
But I mean, like, the real trick, for example, would be to be, especially considering this render distance, look at, let's see, 059037 numpad 5. Watching southeast on the little bit of elevation they have right there, they could easily take a shot at a lead vehicle and then pull back before they could counter, and they would easily be able to get a free kill right there, you know, and they could just use the fog to their advantage. But instead, them being that far out, I think they're turned out to try to listen for the convoy coming in, but
yeah,
I'm not sure at that range they're gonna be able to hear it. It's going to be faint. Because as I go up to the vehicles, I can only hear them. Like the tank.
I'm sitting at the tank. I can't hear the shit. Let me turn my music off.
The tank I can hear up to about 500 meters away, which, I mean, they might be able to get it. I think just as it's passing the large brown building at, let's see, 059039, I think they'll be able to hear it, and then they're going to try to go behind the convoy. Yeah, go ahead. Modded doing a sub to Yemencam noise.
As those drive by, and you can just...
Welcome to your first stream, Ad.
I turned my
gave you a
effects
sub.
volume up,
Nice.
and you can just barely hear... Oh, you can hear the T-80 for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what this tank's relying on. Actually,
Yeah,
if you
you
go
think
to the
that's
Blue
a-
Fort, hold on, if you go to the Blue Fort T-72 right now, you can actually hear the T-80.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they're gonna let it pull around. They've just mounted back in their Vic.
By the way, they are two-man crewing the
Yep.
T-72.
They're just not gonna have the range to go and engage it, because by the time they spur their engine up and move in, they're gonna know they're coming, because they're probably gonna hear the audio out in the distance.
Visibility's getting even lower. It's like down to 30 meters.
Mm-hmm. Not even, I'd argue 10. I like this, though. I just hate to be a marksman in this environment, because the best, your best case in that situation would be to just get on the highest building you can and try to look down, because once you go on a higher spot, your visibility goes up to about 50 meters, which I don't
you
know
wanna
at
mess
that
with the high
point.
ground.
The enemy T-80 is 320 meters from the T-72 right now.
Yep, BTR swinging by, but that tank's not going to be able to hear that BTR. I'm just worried they're going to play this over cautiously and end up being completely ineffective, because I've seen that happen time and time again in Friday night fights.
So it
But-
looks like they're not really doing a big force split after all. Looks like 90% of Red 4's infantry are down south and west of the southern objective, coming up through that forest strip leading right up to it, or taking the long route.
They're playing incredibly cautious, which makes sense. It is a one-life PvP thing. However,
Larry, don't
keep
take
in mind with this
first.
visibility,
It's not
yeah,
enough.
you can hear which direction the engine shoot is coming from, but you can dismount like 100 meters from the enemy and they won't be able to even tell.
I find it interesting how we had the, let me check the range here. The BTR is pulled up on the right side of the T-72 tank. They're about 200 meters away, but because the BTRs make a much more silent engine compared to being drowned out by the tank, I think the T-72 is going to wait for the T-80 to be just faint in terms of its engine and then try to pull up behind where it is, but
They should have turned it on while they were close by and all the other engine sounds would drown
yeah,
out.
and then it would have drowned it out exactly from being at range. But I think, again, they're playing it over risky. They just want to know where that tank is, and they're going to try to prioritize taking it out later. So I like Blue 4's strategy. I just didn't really like their position. I think they could have been a little closer with this fog, but they were just playing it very cautiously. But at the same time, again, I keep seeing very cautious tank plays that end up getting squandered for the rest of the match.
And of course you missed it when Defensor and I were crewing the T-72 last week.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a panic attack.
You're fine, dude. See, now, optimal positioning for the tank on this side, though, is literally that T intersection right where they were placed. You could literally park it right there at the T, and
Yep.
they wouldn't see it till it was too fucking late.
Exactly. And then all they need to do is just back away, and then within 10 meters, they'd be gone. That's why I also like my spot, because they were on a little bit of a hill, but all they needed to do was back away 5 meters, and then they would have had defilade in between, and Op4 wouldn't have been able to return fire. But again, I like Blue 4 strat here. I want to see how they follow up on it, because there has to be follow-up. Recon isn't good enough. Unless they're going to send the MAT team out to be mobile or the Southern AT team to be mobile against it. But in this weather condition, it's still going in blind, and that's very risky to do. I mean, looking at Op4's movement on the northern side with this one squad, I mean, it's 10 meters at best for visibility here. Not gonna lie, I kind of like this PvP dynamic because it's gonna force people to get right on top of each other.
I foresee a lot of friendly fire.
Yeah, no, that is definitely going to be a possibility if one squad accidentally overtakes another, especially in a combat situation. I think Blue 4 has a good opportunity to win if their tank comes around and takes out Op4's armor, but if Blue 4... I don't think Blue 4 is going to be smart enough to do that, because they're already letting the tank move off. I think they're going to wait till the actual fight begins before Blue 4 closes, but...
Oh, they needed to do it when they had the chance.
yeah.
They had the element of surprise.
Because by the time Op4 starts setting up to move, I mean, it's going to be a lot harder to drown out that vehicle audio PID. But I am seeing 2 Op4 guys coming up,
Bye, Brad.
possibly close to the Blue 4 group. But again, this fog is going to be hard. Visibility around the central objective improves to about, I want to say, 20 to 30 meters max. No, honestly, 20 max. But it definitely picked up. But as we go into slightly higher ground, it starts to increase up to another like 30 meters, I'd say, at the Blue 4 objective, which could be beneficial here if Blue 4 maintains a good perimeter and has higher ranges, like in the like tops of buildings. If they can peer over the fog before Op4 can see them, they could get a few first strikes in before Op4 can react.
So this is just going to come down to who is better at CQC.
Pretty much. Blue 4 has some advantages they can press, but one's already been squandered.
You can see this
It's
from
worrying.
Ian and Falcon. Elevation, go up 5 meters and you can see a
lot more.
further, even
Yep.
with this fog.
That's what I was
But-
saying with Blue 4. If they can do that and they can hit Op 4 before Op 4 can even see them, Blue 4 is going to get a lot of free kills.
They're not taking advantage of the height advantage that they can
Iander
use
and
buildings. Ian and Falcon
Iander
are.
and T-Speed. Yeah, they are.
But they're too busy talking shit to Finn through the roof from the looks of it. At least that's what I'd be doing.
I mean, I understand why Yander's up here, though. He's the AT guy. He's got the Carl Gustav out. He's waiting for some sort of vehicle rush. But Op 4, they're going to play this incredibly cautious. They're going to hit the outskirt objectives first. My fear with this, though, is will Op 4 be able to move to the central cache in time?
Ooh, southeast of the central objective, we have Noodle and Warlords pushing up
Yep.
on their own. Just kind of infiltrating. They're combat based too. They're
Sending
not
Goat
really trying to be
Team 6
super sneaky about what they're doing.
Yeah, they are.
Always pumped for
Their
FNF.
commands, 2IC and the command medic. I guess just trying to do some recon, but
Awfully
Blue
close
4
for
might
recon.
catch them. Well, I mean, you have to
Well,
do
here's-
close recon
here's the
like this.
downside. If they lose that fucking long-range radio and someone is smart enough to pick it up, they're gonna be able to listen in on two.
I'm in 3D. Thanks for the 4-month resub, my man. I hope you enjoyed tonight's branch of FNF, and I hope you get a kick out of this one.
Something.
Yeah, Vagrant just adjusted. So I think Op 4 was on
Voice.
yelling or something. That movement might have just been heard by Noodle, though. He's looking at that pipe. He's going to see Vagrant. And there's a one-tap, but Rolo sees Warlords and knocks him out. Because, again, Rolo's using the height advantage, and he also knocks out Noodle right there. So 2 for 1.
Reaction.
That was great on Rolo. So again, Blue 4 utilizing those height advantages to see a little further in the fog. Immediately, Rolo was able to clap both of those guys. But now, again, Blue 4 has another advantage that you already described of will they go and take that command level radio and listen in on Op 4's plans? Because at this stage in the game, that would be absolutely perfect, because then Blue 4 will be able to hear the coordination of the pincer movement and then possibly be able to send their MAT team or their tank behind those lines and take them out. We're about to see another fight with Fred and Martian against the main Op 4 force coming in.
I'm still just in awe at that reaction. They shot each other at the same time. Just, cinematic.
So you got Salty, who is a marksman. He's reconning the position out on his own. Not a bad call to use your marksman as scouts at this point.
There's a wall there. You won't be able to see anything over the wall. If there's people behind it.
Mm-hmm. Well, he could climb on top of the rock, but he's also checking the second-story windows here, so...
Smart. Well, sadly there are no second-story windows on his side.
Yeah. Well, Op 4 can look into them, Forehead.
Just looking at it from a bird's eye view of the southern objective, 2 Blue 4 guys surrounded by an army of Red 4.
Well,
Them just heard the Vix from the
neither of them
central
have an
area.
MG, but literally all they have to do is sit there by that staircase and just throw grenades down. Pop a smoke in there, cause confusion. And
Shoot them as they come the stairs.
Shoot them as they charge up the stairs. Red
Until they
is
take the building down.
pushing
Surprised
the
Nem heard that.
northeastern objective. They are slowly but surely advancing into it.
So there's Vagrant down.
I always enjoyed this structure from Arma 2 that the one on the northeast is in. It's
Can you
always
guys, can you be quiet for 1 second? I'm trying to listen for something. Okay, so Modadict, who's watching the multi, told me Nemesis heard the armored Vix coming of the tank, and at his range, I actually can just barely hear the tank over my music. So, yeah, I mean, he's probably not listening to music, so he'd be able to hear it. So, Blue 4 at this point knows that the tank is at the northeastern cache. So, we're
It's
starting to
also
see
worth
that.
stating
Yep.
Most of us, we turn our effect volumes up to like max
Mm-hmm.
for F so we could hear stuff. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
Spurdo's pushing into the cash room.
Blue 4 just spotted on the southern cache. They were trying to climb onto the second story and they were engaged. Now I think they're going to try to pull out of there. Yep. Good call. But now Blue 4 is going to know that there's a group on the southern cache, so they're going to anticipate this pincer maneuver coming in. So why isn't the Blue 4 tank moving?
Takes time to get the message to them, I guess, but they need to move.
Should we make Mox Perm
they
sub?
needed to move 15 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Boston. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, and like you said, Lear, it's a shame neither of the guys down at the southern base, or southern cache, neither of them were combat engineers, couldn't set a charge on a timer,
Mm-hmm.
or even a clacker.
Explosives, in my opinion, are one of the most underutilized features in Friday Night Fights. I have seen.
Shooting the northeastern cache.
Mm,
They're all
mhm.
mag dumping it.
Yep, and there it goes. So that's the northern cache done. But as I was saying, when I started talking about explosives being utilized like months ago, when Barb introduced me, they were very ineffective. But ever since I started reaping on them with Barb, I've seen explosive
Demo
traps used a
traps,
lot
all
more
that, yeah.
often, and it's rare when they land their mark because a lot of them are just randomly placed. But when they hit, they are absolutely devastating. So in this case, put an explosive trap not on the ammo cache, but in the building. Blow up the building with 2 satchels. You're gonna kill people, especially if they're on the second story of the cache, and then just watch it go in.
You.
Yep.
Blue 4 tank is finally moving.
Thank fuck.
Hallelujah.
They're gonna go down the MSR, probably run into the other tank and hit it right on the rear. That will be
Yeah,
a
right
near
in the ass.
guaranteed kill. And if they can knock that out, then they can also knock out the BTRs. But that tank revving its engine, it's gonna be really hard for them to hear the other tank. Another important thing to note, the T80 is a lot louder than the T72, so they're not gonna hear it coming.
Red Fort
Oh, you
itself
can hear the
still
difference in
haven't
the
found a
engine
cache yet.
sounds now, by the
True.
way. Now that
By the
you
way,
know.
Potato CF running up to Meta Martin and Fred and getting shot and double tapped by Martian.
Nice. Way
This
to
is-
go, Potato.
This is TSB. I mean, we got Risen poking his head out with the machine gun trying to find things. But Meta Martian just went down. Fred also wounded. That was some shots by Berna here. So a great flanking shot, seeing those silhouettes through the fog. Absolutely incredible. And Op 4 tank is repositioning north. Blue 4 tank has halted. Should Mox be perma-subbed? Yes. Should always enjoy
Firing
that.
on Fred as well, I think.
Blue 4 tank has adjusted to the audio, though. This is basically like sonar fighting at this point. Both the
I don't
fucking
think they
tank is
adjusted to
listening.
the audio. I think they're trying to flank it, thinking it's still on the road, but don't know it's right in front of them, because look where the turret's pointed. Oh,
They just shut the audio. No, they're relying on the
Yep.
audio to follow it. Yep. No, so they're literally playing a sonar game with it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
smart. Now, here's the real thing. They're taking tanks and vehicles into a forest and
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
gonna
fight
be
each
tough.
other there.
Op 4 doesn't know that
Surprised
Blue
the
4
vehicles
tank's
have
there yet,
armored
though.
themselves. I'm surprised no one's been armored yet,
Mm-hmm.
vehicle-wise.
Well, they're going slow, so that decreases the likelihood of them getting armored. But Boston and who's that with them? Vlad, they're playing this incredibly cautious. I like it. But tracking them through that forest is going to be difficult. Go ahead,
I
sorry.
just want to see him follow the BTR and just fall in line with them and see how long it takes Red Fort to... There's another tank here. What? What do you mean? Our tank's right in front of us.
So by the way, we got Milky, Sirius, and Gravel coming up to where Fred and Martian was. They found Martian's body, but they're still looking around, I think, because they properly PID'd that there were 2 guys here. But we're going to have ground command for Op 4 crossing Fred's line. Ooh. Again, Fred doesn't know that that is the guy in charge. If he did, he probably would have risked taking him out. Hold up, Blue 4 tank's now coming up.
Doing the same thing. Turn off the engine, getting
Yeah.
a bearing on the audio. And moving.
And Op 4's gone into an open area, a little more open than what... compared to the rest of the forest. Well, I mean, what Blue 4 needs to do is they need to make sure they don't hit one of the BTRs first. They need to hit the tank first. Preferably shooting out its engine and pulling away, or hitting the turret and disabling
Back
it.
of the turret.
Yeah. Fred's still sneaking around right here. I'm
Austin
not...
turns the engine back on.
Hmm?
They're mobile.
Right as they start to move again.
That's perfect.
They're not gonna hear it. Wait, that last BTR is looking around though. It is worth noting, T-80 has a 3-man crew in it right now, while the T-72 only has 2.
Mm-hmm. God, we have a stealth play by Fred, and we have a fucking stealth play by the fucking Blue 4 tank. I love this.
That one RCC guy knows there's a second person here. They just
Yep.
haven't. I don't know if they communicated that to everyone else.
I
But we
don't
have
see
Risen
demo
and
on the
Moxie
southern
are
cache.
both holding.
Yeah, Fred's trying to peek his head out.
I'm gonna follow the tanks.
There's the southern cache. Fred's using that explosion to get away, and no one's gonna see him. He threw a frag, too, to try to distract. Pyramid saw Fred run, but he misses his shots. And I think Fred's gonna be home free here. So beautiful play by Fred, trying to do that distraction, outrunning. I don't think he outran Pyramid, just missed his shots there, unfortunately.
Fredo, all of the vehicles are almost into open ground.
Yeah. See, but the fear is Op 4 is getting ready to make a pincer maneuver here. This might actually be a 3-flank maneuver with a northern group and a southern group engaging, and then the main force coming in through the west. But the armored Vics are going to be immediately there to support the northern attack. Blue 4 is running out of time to engage.
They should have, I believe this was a 45 minute, then the 15.
It would be a 50-minute. So we have about 25 minutes remaining, but that's plenty of time for this AO.
Yep. Both of the auxiliary caches down. I'd say 25 minutes is a good enough time frame. More explosions going off. Oh, look at where legs and pads are in Dingo over south of the central objective.
They just blew up a truck by ramming it into a barn. I love it.
No, they closed the door on the truck and it was stuck in the wall.
Even better.
Did that kill them?
No, they're still... I don't see any new skulls other than what we've
Okay.
already seen, so...
Twig is right next to that marksman again. Although Fred definitely got lit up, bleeding a lot.
Yeah, so he might have actually gotten hit a few times as he was pulling away, so that's why he's
T-72 is
bandaging.
coming up on that T-80. T-80 is none the wiser. If they turned their engine off, they would hear it.
Mm-hmm.
This game of cat and mouse between these tanks is,
Boston needs to be more aggressive.
oh,
This
they're about to
might-
have sight lines on each other.
Well, they do have a sight line,
Come
but it's
on.
so fucking foggy.
Come on, a
There's
little more.
Clear sight line. They just need to be closer. Boston's pulling up.
He's gonna go for it.
Go,
They can see
go,
the silhouette.
go, come on!
There it is! Take the shot!
Right.
Beautiful rear hit, disabled
Engine
engine. And it's cooking. We got crew dismounts.
I'm not sure if it's cooking quite yet. Well, it's cooking now.
Second round goes in, and ooh, a little glitchy. Lusode gets ragdolled out. Jonathan running for it, but that is exactly what Blue 4 need to do in that situation, and now they need to get out of there before they are potentially counterattacked by AT. But thank God that play was finally done. Great work there. It was cutting it very close. By the way, we have Op 4 right on top of Blue 4 guys in the cache. Frank just double tapped a Blue 4 guy. Them assist got David, but he goes down to HUD. And we also have T5 Bay. Oh, and he just got a kill. T5 Bay being one of the really strong guys.
Brian getting friendly fire.
No, Brian shot by T5 Bay, but HUD found Bay and takes him out. Oh.
Good attempt. Good attempt.
David, he wasn't friendly fired. He was shot by someone else. But I think Blue 4, they got a few more kills in there than Op 4, so that was great. Blue 4's tank has to be careful, though. They might end up driving into Op 4 hostiles here.
I'm going to look around for an AT.
None of them have AT.
One of them did. Aim at the balls on the southern flank, getting knocked out. That southern Blue 4 group is now going to engage the Op 4 group there. But no, they completely nullified. Go ahead.
Closest AT to the Blue 4 tank is our Callus with the RPG-32. He's the mat team. It's like...
Ooh! Grenades going out, destroying one of the technicals that Blue 4 had, and it did some damage to Op 4 guys next door.
Ooh,
Man,
Mountain goes down to a
just got
secondary.
Annihilated by it. No, that was a grenade.
Oh, it was a grenade? Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, he's fucking dead.
I think that was Dimitri's grenade.
Blue 4 just drove, hold on, the tank just drove right next to Twig King, and Twig King just realized. That's why they don't have third person, so the tank didn't know. They literally almost ran over Op 4 command on accident, because you're not supposed to, you're not allowed to do that stuff. Blue 4 tank now pulling in, though.
Well, let's see these guys.
Is it gonna get Sandboy? Yes, it does. It tries to engage him.
He's trying to keep moving. He's gotta watch out for these rocks and trees.
Yep.
Finn got disconnected. I know he was still alive, too.
It's because the speed requirements got him. Or it might have been Bread reconnecting. Sandboy getting hit by HOD here. And the desync's coming back a little bit because people are losing connections and trying to reconnect. They really need to lock the server once ops start to stop that.
That's been a contemplation thing for it. Oh my god, Freddy!
Boston just totally killed Freddy there.
No, Freddy disconnected, but Freddy was about to AT that tank.
Amazing.
That disconnect saved Boston from a friendly fire moment.
That's divine intervention, then. That has to be divine
Deus Ex there.
Deus Ex fucking Machina.
We're about to be on our 20-minute warning. Again, we're having a southern group engaging each other, but the desync is being a little bit of an issue here. Cider doing his best to suppress Op 4 as they move along that southern group. Hold on.
DeClerc and Savage are on opposite sides of a wall from each other.
Team 6 now.
We got Spud about to rock right in front of Fuss, but Fuss decides to move south. Spud could run into him. Oh, it's decent.
Stuff doesn't help.
Yeah, Fuss does spot Spud, though. Kurt, thanks so much for the 24-month resub, my man. It has been 2 years. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this one. Yeah, I know it was those few network disconnects that just happened that kind of threw the server out of balance, I'm afraid.
See if we can recuperate.
Mm-hmm. Got Arcor coming in, taking out Sandboy.
Those shots gonna pull Savage's attention away. Or at least they should. DeClerc might get an opportunity here. Savage absolutely knows that the clerk is there.
We got Fred also prone, trying to get some licks in on Op4's advance right here, because they're advancing right on top of him. But someone just threw a grenade right next to him. I think because Salty watched him go down there, so he's got to be careful. We got Fuss moving in behind Op4 forces, but he's got Twig and Bay Potato right behind him as well. But I don't think they're going to see the Blue 4 guy in time. Have the Op4 tank just driving around blindly. The two BTR-80s being held in reserve. Fred going down to Slav and Salty, taking him out. And we have Fuzzy.
Real close to that tank.
Beautiful.
Coming up with the RPG.
So Fuzzy just got behind 3 Op4 guys. Killed one of them with his bullets. Threw a grenade and knocked Hassinger out. And also wounded Dylan. Dylan turned around.
T-72 kill.
Nice. Yeah, they ran into a group of TSB. That's unfortunate. And it looks like the Blue 4 guy was taken out by Rust and Twig King coming around on the northern group. Savage getting in a fight with the Clark. Savage winning because he has a machine gun. And the southern attack has also been pushed through. We only have buckets left with AT. And Op4 is licking their wounds, but now you're going to start seeing Op4 kind of come in here with a really nice concave. And Blue 4 doesn't have any support to go with this.
Neither does Red 4 at this point as well.
Red 4 has a really good concave, and they've got 2 BTR-80 still in reserve. I think those things should be pushing up the MSRs here to kind of assist. We got the 15-minute warning called. And now it's just going to be down to the CQB, which is going to be a little difficult to do with the desync going on.
I feel like that'll be a bit of attacker's advantage. Because you slide in and...
Yep.
But you're not really there. Who knows?
I don't know. If Blue stays indoors, and they are forced to clear these buildings, like if you look where the cache is and the amount of people that are near there...
Lots of fire going on the north side.
Yep.
Rust is being
Holding that
suppressed by
attack
Dream, who killed one of Rust's guys.
Dream and Ender.
BTR-80 starting to come into the AO again.
I think it might have gotten pushed up, but the tanks were destroyed.
Rust now coming in along the flank, trying to close the gap. It's a good call. See, with the desync, that's also going to make hearing footsteps really hard to do, and that's what Blue 4 is going to try to rely on to get these flanks here, as we see Rust going past Dreams' position to try to get on Ender. And I think Rust just got a kill. No, he did not. So Savage looks like he tried to push up, but he was hit. I don't know what he was hit by. Maybe he just got armored into the wall, unless Blue 4 had units there but pulled back.
The fuck?
13 minutes remain. Honestly, these 80s aren't going to be that effective now since Blue 4 is just entrenched.
I'd say they still be useful for suppressing the windows and helping Op4 get a hold of reach into.
Yeah, as you were saying that, hold on, one of the BTRs just shot at some of their own guys and almost killed them. Thankfully, no casualties, but...
I'm going to hop down the channel and politely ask them to stop trying to join the server while the match is going on, because that just creates lag.
That's just
it's causing more and more desync here.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, so unfortunately, even though we had some really cool maneuvers in this match, the desync is getting drowned out pretty hard. Russ is probably going to be able to shoot Ender here in the back of the head. Oh, he doesn't check his right! But as Ash doesn't
Rust
take the
getting one
shot.
kill, getting 2 kills.
Yep, Rust had an
Andrew
opportunity to
work.
hit him. Excuse me. Ash had an opportunity to hit Rust, but Rust, because Rust didn't check his left on the breach, but Ash didn't react to it in time because of this desync. Now Striker is up here on his own, hiding in a corner. But I mean, a good clear out by Rust, but I think with the desync not going on, Ash would have been able to hit Rust as he went up the stairwell.
And now we'll see if Striker has the guts to peek out amid all that chaos.
I missed all of that fight.
You're good.
Anderson knocking out Jonathan. Striker
Iander getting
taking
knocked
the
out.
White King. That is the Red 4 commanders now down.
Oof.
And there goes Rust. Striker finally got him.
Nice. Gotta get that double tap, though. We also have Ander, yep, with that blue 4 group there with Naves, too. They're trying to close around Op4's right flank along the north and northwest.
Andrew's down with that Carl Gustav as the BTR is pulling up. Fails the wake-up check as well, so he's not going to be pulling up.
Yeah, but now these BTRs are going to be able to use their 14.5mm to suppress into the buildings here.
Skelly's calling out, trying to get to that Carl
Oh, this
Gustav
Nemesis
and
is
do
too
something with that
hard.
BTR.
You got Buckets that's come around. He knocked out Dingo and Legs.
Yellow chain.
Yep, there's been a stop right here.
Yep, that's a
I don't have the chain yet.
I do.
Oh, this isn't good because this is like the critical moment.
I was kicked off the game.
And Skelly was able to... is trying to drag Ian's body back, but there's no body there, and... yeah, I think it's because people just keep trying to rejoin.
Yep.
A bunch
I
of
was
people
kicked
got
off as
kicked
well.
out.
Yep.
And so was I.
Oof. Well,
We'll never know. We'll never know.
so next time on Dragon Ball Z, who do you think's gonna win?
Let's go downstairs and find out.
Yeah, no, I came right in front. You guys were directly behind me. I heard you guys' shots. I came right in front of your guys' faces, popped both of you guys in your heads.
See,
For me, you were down by a rock.
yeah, same for me. Damn it, that sucks.
Question, do we rejoin or do we wait for everyone still in task force to get up here?
That's great.
People are still in?
If they're still in, we could try to get back in.
Don't get, but don't join. Don't
What
join.
happened?
Just wait. Wait until the end of the round.
I don't even
Well,
see the server.
I don't know.
Just,
Yeah, I mean,
around
I don't know if
people, is that
active
only
people
alive?
DC'd.
Just
I
like-
think
Yeah, there was
people online.
No, there was a lot more people alive than that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was alive and I got disconnected.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was.
the
Majority,
heads up.
I was watching
Same.
Indigo stream. The majority of Red 4 and the majority of Blue 4 were still alive. Like at least 50+% of both sides. So.
It's it would be interesting.
Yeah,
'cause
second
we had the
platoon for
BTRs as well.
Blue Force
I think
side
Alpha
got
would have won
fucked
that.
up.
And just a heads up, if you get disconnected after safe start, rejoining, you'll just join into a spectator, and that also creates lag and shit. So
Yeah,
I suggest you don't rejoin. Just
Yeah,
go
just
watch
go-
one
just
of
watch,
those
like,
mini streamers. There's like 30 people here that stream this. Go watch that instead of trying to rejoin and creating a bunch of lag and desync issues.
Go watch Indigo. He's pretty good at this.
Yeah, Indigo, you should have been watching.
Thank you.
Man.
Yeah, no, that would have been
Go
that
with
would have
me,
been a
I'm not
great
funny,
match
I'll
to
put it
watch,
on,
but
you know.
someone got kicked off and then the desync started and it made
Nah,
everything
I
pretty
straight up
messy.
was fucking people up. I had like 7 kills.
Indigo's not in the server
Staff want to jump up staff room?
Anyway, it's been fun. I have to get up at 5 in the morning, so that's gonna be
Catch you
my
later,
only
man.
game. See you, man. next week. See you all next week. Bye bye.
Server probably is going to need to restart.
Yeah, it just
Wait,
seems
should we
really
join?
random.
I've
It just
seen
gave
that
us
one
all
before.
yellow chain and then just instantly disconnected us.
It didn't give me
I would
even a
say the
yellow chain.
snow
It just
probably didn't help with
instantly
the lag.
out-kicked me.
Yeah,
no,
pineapple.
the fact that it was a blizzard and was
It was
very
the
heavy.
default
It was terrible.
setting was like 550 meters of visibility.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the blizzard. It was
Oh.
fun, but like,
Yeah,
fuck.
no, you guys were hiding all over the fucking place when.
Yo,
Op4 was trying to go through, and we're just sitting there
Larry
like, where
giving
the
out
fuck
3
are
more
these
subs so we
guys?
can have 4, 6, 9.
Apparently, I was platoon 1 marksman for Blue Fort. Apparently, I was like
got a sub
always
from
within
Larry. Make
20
sure you
meters
thank
of the
him.
enemy.
Yeah, did
Hope you can join the ops.
Always within 20.
Hope you get a kick out of
Where
this.
was
Sorry
the
that we're in a bind right now,
after you
guys. We're
killed
still
the-
trying to balance
After you
out
killed the
their
friendly tank and we're going
stuff.
through the woods, you literally drove right by me as command, and I was shitting myself again.
Quick.
Were you all spooked?
Please tell me I wasn't the only one who jumped at the thunder.
Who what?
Oh wait, who was the
I was
server maker?
thunder.
It was Mountain, right?
I was the maker.
The first time it came
Mountain.
through, I actually jumped.
So,
Wait, guys, are we joining in?
No, don't join yet, don't join.
Don't join.
Nobody
Don't,
join,
don't
please. Nobody
spectate, just
join.
watch streams, guys, just watch Liru or some
Hang on,
shit.
who was the maker of it?
I was.
Mountain? Okay, yeah, DM'd you something.
Where can I find the stream?
I don't know
They're trying to get
anyone
the
who's
recent
still
taken
in
care
there. Yeah,
of,
no
but-
one's
How?
even in
What?
there anymore. It's over, dude. They turned off the server.
I'll send you
Yeah,
a link.
session lost. It's over.
Yeah.
Boo.
I
The
think
only
that
thing is,
would have been
one-
interesting at the end
You know what I mean?
because Op4 had the BTR still up and all of the enemy were in the single building, so that would have about to be a hose.
No, we weren't. Nah, man, that was 50-50.
I mean, the main force was in the building. Fair.
It's hard.
We had RPGs ready to burst out at the moment.
It's just a flat.
That BTR was about to get decked, quite literally.
Yeah.
Because our main Carl Gustav guy just woke back up when the kick happened.
Yeah,
And
I
I
had
had
RPGs.
I was going to say I don't want to spoil that bubble, but the marksman was watching him still.
Yeah, I'm still looking at the body after I shot
tank
them
you
first.
guys destroyed on the east side of the center objective. Holy fuck, you guys scared the shit out of us.
What,
Yeah,
having an
what
enemy
did
tank pop up behind you?
No, listen. From my point of view, right? We were told to hold security, so we moved down the road, waiting for you guys. All of a sudden, we just hear. We're like, what the fuck just happened? We just see our tank get fucking blown up, and companies yelling down my ass like,
You goddamn right.
Yeah, that happened to me as well. I was just like,
I told you
I just
to
came
perform
into the fight
security
and all
around
of a
the
sudden I was
tank.
dead.
I told you to cover the tank, and what did you not do?
Well,
Wait,
so
You had one job.
There's nothing
here
they can
was
do.
what we saw from the spectator perspective is we watched a T-72 follow your vehicle convoy for half an hour. I shit you not. Half an hour they were following you guys around, turning their engine off and listening for you because they couldn't see you.
That's why I literally
Yeah, that visibility was busted.
signed
So
them
break.
infantry.
Question: from anyone who was dead, was there a dramatic number advantage at the end there?
It was very easy.
It was okay. I'll put it this way: it was incredibly even, but I'm sure that most people would agree who was spectating. It would probably go to Blue 4. Just because they
No need for
Brian, thanks for the resub, my man. We're in a bind right now, but I hope you keep enjoying the stuff.
Okay.
And I hope you get a kick out of this.
Our main, what's it called? Server technical person has just arrived. He's gonna have a quick look, check what's going on. Apparently near the end there, we were kicking out 18,000 lines of code within a second.
Oh, what the fuck?
That is a good record, I gotta say.
Basically, that ping spike at the beginning lasted for about 5 minutes, and then it came back at the end and just sort of absolutely spiraled up. So we're having a look now to check to see whether that's a server thing that we can fix or whether that was a mission anomaly, and then hopefully we're able to get the next one done. Fortunately, this has meant that we're keeping well in time by finishing nice and early like this, so good effort everyone.
I was wondering,
Yep.
like, what happened when Finn got kicked for ping? Our network was not good enough. I was like, what the hell? I've never seen.
Oh yeah, the server did say every single person at FNF was not good enough to be on the server as well.
Well, and when I
break, guys. Someone's trying to talk to me.
It's not 18,000 lines a second. It's 58. Actually, I'm sorry, 46 lines a second of the same error, but it's 46 times 110 every second. So every client is getting the same error 46 times every second for the entire duration of that game.
Nice. What's the error?
The error says side.
Yo, so what now?
So we will get this resolved nice and quickly, and then we'll push on to round 2 once the server's restarted and someone's put out a fire in Virginia.
Hold on, wait.
Hey, Iceberg, you
I'm
got
gonna
your
hop
stream
up
up,
the staff
right?
room. I think I might know what that was.
Yeah, I got the stream.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a look at see what happened.
Be warned, we were telling you, we were saying that you needed to push. So
Oh,
be prepared
absolutely.
for that.
Dude, if you're not shitting
With,
on literally everyone in the field, you're not doing a good streamer job.
With the long-range radios, as Platoon 2 on Op4, I couldn't hear what Platoon 1 was saying at all. There was like so much interference.
Yeah,
That's because they were far away from each other.
Dude, as a squad lead, I had a long range on me.
Yeah, I understand how interference works. I'm just saying that for some strange reason, Platoon could get in touch with our vehicles, so they must have had like a longer range radio or strength.
The VIGs have antenna on them.
Yeah.
But even then,
That's the main thing.
as a squad lead, right? I had a fucking long range radio, and I set it to Platoon net, and I could hear them clear as day. And that was as a squad
Someone's
lead.
the problem here, I think, is what he's trying to say.
It sort of depends on where exactly you are, how much street cover there is, where you are, and where the broadcast and where people are broadcasting from.
Agreed.
And in addition, you also have the vehicles. The reason they're able to hear pretty much everything constantly is because they have bigger antenna mounted on them. There's actually a.
Think they're special, huh?
There's also a really nice little. I don't think it's a mod. It actually comes with default TFAR, maybe. I can't remember, or with a RHS. I can't remember. But basically, it's a little portable antenna you can put down. That way, normally, you would only be able to talk with somebody maybe.
Oh, you're on a bit of
4 or 5 kilometers away at the most.
That's a separate mod.
There was something a bit odd that happened in there as well, which was that a few of us found an unconscious Boston and decided to get to work on trying to. Was it Boston or Patriot?
Probably
It was
Patriot, 'cause
Patriot, 'cause it
Boston was on
wasn't
either side.
Oh, there you go. Well, we found an unconscious Patriot. We started trying to patch him up, and then each one of us took it in turns to try and pick him up and carry him off the road. And each time one of us picked him up, he just disappeared, just completely vanished into thin air.
He didn't want to be rescued. You need to respect his wishes.
First, I get
Yeah, but he was
called Patriot. Who's next?
Boston, Patriot. They're all just American names, aren't they?
There's only one person on the server.
Are we clear to join?
Is the server back up?
Yeah, it's
No.
up. It's been up.
Don't join.
Hold on. Let me step in. You guys just wait there.
Big
What he's saying is he's wanting to join without all the lag and the issues, and then we.
Really? Wow.
Would have never guessed.
How dare you? How dare you accuse me of such a heinous crime? Okay. Okay. You guys have got. Just take your time. Some of you now just be without. Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult. Everyone whose name starts with A to D, join now.
Wow. Okay.
We're doing this.
What you didn't specify is it our real names, our first names, or our last names?
That's true.
Or nicknames.
Yeah,
Or
man.
We could. I suppose. Okay, everybody east of Greenwich, join now.
Technically, we're all east of Greenwich.
Where the fuck is Greenwich?
Greenwich Mean Time. It's the center of the world, the central line of the greatest country in the world.
What if you're on
AKA United Kingdom.
It also happens to be.
I bet your teeth
All
are
right, we're gonna get back into things here.
Hey guys.
Hey, Harry, how you doing?
Imagine being an American.
Dare you?
Imagine being European.
I mean, yeah, friendly human.
Yeah, I can imagine being.
Imagine being European with our vast histories and our empires, or American, born like 20 minutes ago.
Imagine losing them.
All right, we're gonna go back up to the casting couch. Chernarus 2020. I'm gonna go ahead, update commands, and update the multi. So let's do Chernarus 2020. But how's chat doing? I apologize on behalf of FNF there. They're still
That
teething
escalated
out the
quickly.
server with everything that's going on. So we're just trying to get everything going. Oh, there's a lot to write here.
Yes, there is. Have you done the new firing course they put in for the 2.0 update?
No.
Aw, dude. Have you done any of them?
No.
And you call yourself an Arma 3 streamer? Come on,
Sorry,
Liru,
I don't
chat.
stream
Anoint
trash.
him to
Anyway. Nah, I just don't have an interest in it, like, at all. Like, if I wanted to go to a firing range and shoot guns, I'm American. I can just go to a firing range and shoot guns, you know? But, alright, we have, Blue 4 is attacking Op 4. And Blue 4 has... Okay, a 15% numbers advantage. 15% numbers advantage. On 5A1s. I think those are, MRAPs. Yeah, so 3 M240 MRAPs, 150 MRAP, a little bird with GAU 19, and transport aircraft slash helicopters, while Op 4 has an Mi-24. Ooh. Okay. 24 Gaz with PKM and 2 BTR-8s. Alright, we'll get that up. Wickety split. Let me go to the multi-tab. I'll update it in a second to track, but I'm gonna go ahead and unmute myself. So they're still getting everyone sorted down there, but I guess we could... Oh, you put a poll up of me doing firing drills, Keck. I mean, I don't have any interest in it. I'm not gonna do it, even if you tell me to, so... Sorry. We'll have to see how many numbers we recuperate from this. They're still working on trying to fix the server to see what specifically caused that issue. And we'll see how things go. Here is when you hear things. Here is where you are in the world. They're... What is it? Homophones? I think is the proper term for it. Sorry, just doing some moderating. You know the drill. Just me relaxing here, but we'll see how the other rounds do. They're gonna rule that one as a technical draw, so to see how things go. Apparently, everyone's just screaming in the chat downstairs. I've got a can of cider to enjoy here. We'll have to see how the rest of this goes. Again, we got 5 other rounds to do, and I hope the server is stabilized in that period of time. Alrighty. What else do we got going today? We had today's uploads. They should have all gone out by now. It was a clip of a Vietnam thing. Since people seem to like the oil rig clip, I guess I'll start releasing a clip of Arma every once in a while. You know, since people seem to like it, and it's not that much, it doesn't take that long to edit, so if I find anything like action-packed, I'll pass it along to you guys to watch. We put that up. We had an FNF highlight go up about vehicle harassing as an infantry harassing M117. And I edited the Stargate footage from Armco and got that 3.5 thing down to about an hour's worth of footage of just the combat scenes and some funny highlights in between. So I hope that'll go okay. Other updates. Saturday, I won't be streaming a 700th Cadian mission, but I will be playing Sniper Wolf's Vietnam Halloween mission and then probably the 5 o'clock 700th op. And then the rest of the night I'll probably keep to myself, because I had Halloween plans with Bloodwing, but COVID came up, and now we can't do them. So fun. Maybe we'll do some late night Phasma. I'll calibrate my VR headset so it doesn't look super wide and nauseating for you guys. It was a nice test run, though. I got to be a child.
This is gonna be an interesting one with all those assets.
Yeah, most of them are transport based, but I think the Mi-24 versus the Gao 19 Little Bird will be an interesting
Always
one.
entertaining.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Ice, I'm gonna BRB. I'll come back when we start the round.
Yeah, nope, you're good.
Yep. What else do I have to work on? Okay, no. All right, you know what? I've got a story from this morning. If you want to hear some real world Liru the Lance Corporal story time level bullshit, I've got a good story to pass the time, but only if chat wants it. All right, I want to see some spamming in there to tell me you guys want it. But till then, what do we got? We're working on the new project, Project 16. We'll probably start that within the next 2 weeks. I've got the Halloween ops near finalized. I meant to stream some of that last night with some other ops, but I got hung up because my cat decided to sit on my lap and not leave it. And when I tried to get up, she knows when she has me because she'll sink her claws into my torso to stop me from moving. But that was fun. But I'm thinking later tonight we'll stream that. Project 15 was something that we're shelved right now. It's to basically make a DayZ server out of Arma 3. It's just I don't know enough about Ace Framework to make something like that, so I'm storing it for when I have the time to go look into it when I finish my last semester of college, which is right now. Modic, thanks for giving out 5 more subs. If you got a sub from him, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a kick out of this one. But I will give you guys story time. So, background about Weewoo. Weewoo goes to a college. Don't want to give too many specifics here, but this college, one of the classes I have to take is called a capstone class. Capstone means you take everything that you've learned in your major and you apply it. So all the capstone classes have these case competitions. And these case competitions are basically you go through multiple rounds. You go against everyone else taking the capstone class. There's 3 different rounds of it, and whoever has the best presentation out of everybody... Hold on. Read the homework Mod gave you? Wait, what? What does that mean, Larry? We'll get to that after the story, because I don't know what that means. But, gosh, where was I? So, basically you compete, and then the winning team gets like $1,500, which is nice, but then I'd have to divide that with like 4 other team guys. But, you know, that's besides the point. But here's the really funny thing. The presentation topic for the case study was epic fucking games and how they could basically take more market share across various different markets, whether it be competing with Steam for Valve, Steam's Valve for, Valve Steam, excuse me, for, more market share in the video game distribution services market, advancing the Unreal Engine, pushing Fortnite, that sort of shit. So I had this in the fucking bag, because what gamer worth his salt doesn't know about Epic? But it was kind of obvious that no one in my class was a gamer themselves, because we had to peer review everyone else's project this morning on their presentations. So fun fact, I was able to take my presentation with everyone. I got them all to record their, basically some webcam stuff, so I could, embed it in the presentation with Sony Vegas and then sync all their audio levels together. So I made a pretty good presentation. I themed it with what Epic was. I don't mean to toot my own horn. I didn't make the best presentation possible because they wanted more business technical terms, but I just went right into the information. But we had to peer review them today. And it was the funniest, cringiest shit I've ever seen. So let me explain. 8 presentations, because we had 8 groups in our class do stuff. Only 5 of the groups actually submitted something. So off the bat, we have, let's say there's 5 people in every group. That's 40 people for the class. 15 of them are going to fail outright now because they didn't submit anything. So when we got to the questions regarding their presentations, I just wrote, hey, they don't have anything in, not going to do anything about it. So, oof to that. First presentation I went over, I gotta now remember this. I remember the third presentation really fondly because of the bullshit they pulled. But the first presentation was... Oh, God. See, it just... Oh, right. So, little more background. You could not take any information past the 16th of October, 2019. First presentation made me laugh my ass off because they had some factually wrong stuff in their thing about, like, Fortnite's numbers compared to other video games, which I even fact-checked myself because there was no way in hell they were right. And then they started pulling modern-day, like, 2020 stuff to put in their presentation, even though that was a violation. And the presentation went kind of all over the place because they never addressed the problem we were trying to solve and then made a unified answer. So I thought that was really funny because their statistics made absolutely no sense. And I couldn't find where they pulled the statistics from. So I made that a note in the peer review. Second presentation tried to answer all of the questions, even though we were told to pick one. So it was all surface level stuff with some good statistics on it, mind you. But it went all over the damn place. Third presentation was my personal favorite because someone in that group is an actual chat. They had a good presentation, good statistics, but and their presentation was 12 minutes and 54 seconds. But here's what you heard. And the deadline for the presentation, it couldn't have gone more than 12 minutes, but they made it work still. But this is what you heard. I gotta change his name. I'm gonna pick another one out of a hat. But this is how their presentation started. Hey guys, my name is David, and this is our presentation about Epic Games. They sped up the audio of their entire presentation to like 1.25 times the speed of how it went. And I couldn't tell with the first guy because it sounded like he was just really energetic. But the second guy, who I knew had a super deep voice from our like not face to face, but our virtual group things, he started speaking, and the guy that normally has a really deep voice, even deeper than this, he sounded like a fucking chipmunk. And when I got to it, I listened to the first 5 seconds of it. I had to pause it. And I have not laughed that hard in such a long fucking time. I downloaded their presentation. I reworked it in Sony Vegas. Their real presentation was like 17 minutes long. But I had to commend them for that presentation, like for thinking about that. But we have this professor. I'm not sure if she'll figure that out. Or she might, but she'll have like a really tough time understanding Chipmunk McGee for his part. But I thought it was great. Not 70 minutes, 17 minutes. If you sped up a 70-minute presentation in 12 minutes, you would not be able to understand that, trust me. But the last presentation I actually really liked. It showed how bad this was all based off of a Harvard business case off of Epic Games. It actually just showed how bad that case study was because it didn't really like talk about Epic Games Launcher as a service. So you had a lot of people saying the Epic Games Store was the platform to compete with Steam, which isn't factually correct. If you want to make that statement, you'd say that the Steam store is competing with the Epic Games Store. I'm getting the technical details, and again, that's what pissed me off about this presentation, like just the Harvard business case and all the presentations themselves. But the last one was really, really good. It ran to 15 minutes, though, and the one guy at the end goes, yeah, and that's it. And then just abruptly cuts off in audio as they display a reference slide, and that made me laugh my ass off. But I had to do as a grade peer review presentations about Epic Games that you could tell were not made by gamers, and it was, oh my god, there was some laughs in there, and there was some stuff I looked at and I'm like, how did you get this? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. But I've already written a statement in case my group gets selected to go to the next round, because it becomes a live presentation through video. I'm just gonna quote some of the things Epic has done with their ethics and say I'm not comfortable doing it because I don't want to take away more time than I already have to have to do that. You know? Ooh, we got slow loading screen too. Excellent. But yeah, no, that was my morning, along with doing other stuff. But good fucking god, like. I don't know what else to say about that, man. So once we load up the mission file, I'll unmute and I'll go shoutcast with Iceberg, and we'll see if Barb comes back too. I've got Clown, who is an old friend of mine from the 501st. What was that? Only the weak are getting Oh, see, the issue with that, though, is if it just kicked off like a dozen people and they're now trying to reconnect, that's gonna make desync happen in the first fucking part of the Oh my god. Barb got killed. Only the strong internet survive here. Oh my god, that was great. I'm gonna make that into a highlight later, god damn. Also, Larry, what were you talking about? What's Modidic's homework? Did he send me something on Discord I gotta look at, or? I don't see it. Oh, my God. Also, oh, wait, no, oh God, no, I thought I was about to get executed. Okay, whew. That was a close one. Gotta stay loyal to the server, otherwise it'll chop your head off. Hey, now the numbers go up. Nope, never mind, I'm not gonna point it out. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! We made it! We made it! There were over 100 people in the server, and I'm pretty sure I just saw 30 of them get fucking yeeted. Oh, we're some of the brave few that are still alive. Oh my god. I'm curious on what tower defense is, but I think it involves that. Oh my god. All right. I'll wait till map's screen comes through, but this is going to be an interesting order. So either Terminal 1 is going to get... I'm actually going to go downstairs. We're going to listen to this.
Not throwing your own man, Dingo. Speaking of which, Dingo, have you done the monthly shoutouts?
It's not the first till day after tomorrow.
Yep. Oh.
And I did it at the start of this month. Don't you try
I'm
to
gonna
call me
open
out
the
like that,
multi
bro?
real quick and try to see who's still
Check it.
streaming.
I think to pump the numbers, it should be a bi-monthly.
Who has the typewriter?
Someone's got a very
does Patreon
mechanical
supporters
keyboard.
get feet pics?
It's the Battle Royale.
Oh, actually.
We just get pats
Speaking
on
of
the back.
Fortnite,
It's not a keyboard,
Jesus.
that's a fucking typewriter.
I did present to
That's my
Anderson
job.
an idea of making an FNF feet pick calendar with all the
That's
staffs.
smart.
Oh, what? And you don't know whose feet is who? Just...
No, their feet.
No, let's be realistic here.
I bet you all
how
have
much?
small feet. I need to go.
Get
Okay,
an Epsom
Skelly
salt bath
logged off. Cool.
for my feet. Get them nice and shiny. Might put some wax on them too.
Nice.
Nice and smooth.
Hairless.
You're making me hungry.
If you get feet pics from your staff, are you all gonna go out and support the Patreon?
I'm already
Yes.
supporting the Patreon. I just don't
I
get
would buy
paid
that.
for it.
Proceeds would go to.
Excuse me, my feet pics are going on OnlyFans, and it's going straight to my bank account.
I will pimp out his feet if you support the.
All right, you know what? Never mind. We're just going to infer for this round. So, Terminal 1's active. I'm assuming it's going to be Terminal 1, Terminal 2, then Terminal 3. So interesting how one of them is kind of in the in-between space here. Just look at all those connect messages. Skelly's still in here, but it said his stream was offline. So, I don't know. He might start streaming later on, but I take what I see, and I got to adjust it accordingly. So says my policy. But yeah, no, I'll make that into a YouTube file. The server just pulled a Detroit Become Human. Let's go with that. But Larry, if you're still here, what did you mean by the homework, man? I don't get it. But I think Op4 is the tower defense is going to be what's up here. All right, Mod Addict, I will. Let me check right now. Fuck that. Yeah. There meant to be a comma in between those two words, by the way. I
Just
completely
check your
forgot to look
Discord
at it.
smile. That will help your memory.
Yeah, so Modedic gave me some framework to look at another PvP tournament thing, potentially within TSB, and he'd put prize money out for it. Fuck. How do I'm trying to think. I think I'll have some time to review things tomorrow. Since I'm not doing anything tomorrow, it'll be a review day for myself, so that'll be one of the things I'm doing. And that's also a day I'll be catching up on ops. I'll try to get a lot more done with Project 16. And I also, this is what I wanted to announce too, I might have found a group to rerun Project 10 with, but it's going to have a scope change. From being vault-based to potentially NCR-based, but this is something that's months away. But there is a potential there for that to happen. I just have to get unbusy and also finish my projects. Watching this while you're at virtual school? That's the dream, isn't it? But we're going to have a little bit of a lull here as you see all the people that the server just kicked off. And it's a little rebellion moment there. I hope that doesn't happen again, but if it does, I'm going to probably take round 3 off as a break just to laugh at what just happened. But yeah, no, we'll so that's our gateway back into some more Fallout stuff. But again, that's very TBA. I'm saying I might. That's why I'm not announcing an official project extension yet. And even then, that announcement's going to be like at least a month away, probably in December. Because I have to find the time to be available for that level of stuff. Your brain is getting bigger by the moment. Hot damn. But I guess general Q&A can be a thing now, guys. If you want to ask me anything, now's your chance. But meanwhile, looking in this AO, Blue 4 is going to spawn at Boar. Fun fact, back in the day, Boar had an increased chance in the Arma 2 DayZ mod to spawn cans of Mountain Dew. Like, I don't know why. It just was a thing. I encourage schoolwork concentration. I don't have the voice for that. I don't have a lot of confidence in my own voice, to be honest. That's why I've always looked into voice changing it. But some people get really lewd in the YouTube comments about my voice, and I also don't know how to feel about that. I wouldn't want to meet one of those people in the real world. Anyway. Terminal 1, it's a little bit of an outskirt right there. It's an easy grab. Terminal 2 is in this building. This building's actually massive, and that could be defendable by like an entire squad, if not platoon. And then Terminal 3 around Green Mountain, that's going to be another tough one. I'd love to see play like what T5 Bay did last week, where he got behind an entire enemy push and took out a lot of people. That was a lot of connected, and Jesus. That's not good, though. That means the server's still desyncing, because it doesn't say connecting, it says connected. So the server just let them all in at once, and that means the server's playing catch-up, and we're not even in the fucking mission yet. Ah, yes. 2 + 2 = 7. There you go. What's my preferred editing software? You're not gonna like me saying it. For all of the really complex stuff, Sony Vegas is great. I picked up a copy for $20 on a Humble Bundle. Otherwise, everything basic I do for just pure processing of footage is Windows Movie Maker. That's because I don't have the time to always throw everything into Sony Vegas. Don't hate me for it, please. Hey, Barb, is the server going Bert, or is the server going Detroit Become Human?
It's becoming Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator.
Ah. Dude, you got disconnected by it, but there was a massive fucking culling as we were loading in. I thought it was fucking hilarious. You know, good thing, though, I'm not seeing any desync right now, though. So I wonder if it was just mission file related. Now the server's playing catch up because they didn't restart it, or no, they had to have with the crash. So that's a good thing. It was just the network requirements of getting all those people in. Oh no, it's not giving me individual names when I come in. That's okay. I can work with that.
That I think is mission based.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but we'll deal with it. But
what the fuck was that?
Defending Red 4 have big ol' MH24, 2 BTRs, some Gas Tigers, quad bikes, and a little.
Look at Op4 real quick.
Computer station. Yeah.
We have a CSAT guy phasing in and out of existence. He's like a phasmophobia ghost.
Spooky.
Duh.
What the fuck?
Oh god, yeah.
It's STS, and he's just like when he's only visible when he moves.
Ah, Chinardi.
And he's moving. He's got a really weird animation set.
That's
like it looks like the
it's super choppy. Like, God, we're seeing Arma levels of shit that we've never fucking seen before. What the hell?
He's only been out for 10 years, 11 years. Where am I
He's still going. Look at Op4. It's a really choppy animation CSAT guy, but when he stops moving, he disappears. But when he like looks around and shit, yeah, you see that? It's a phasmophobia ghost.
He, like, goes
it's
to the
hunting.
bottom. It's hunting at 10 FPS.
Dude, that's like 4 FPS.
Jesus Christ.
Well, dude, out here looking like a 1998 DOS game.
We're back in fucking Operation Flashpoint.
With CSAT.
With CSAT on your dad's heavy-set off-white Dell brand computer.
Here we go again. Another MI-24 absolutely butchered by the mission makers to have no loadout.
Mm-hmm.
They do that on purpose for balance.
They want a bathtub with a gun.
Hey, Barbie, at camera, I ran out, and he's being visible again.
Oh, on STS?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still walking around. I got him.
There he go!
I lost him.
Yeah, he disappeared again.
There's someone. Look down.
There he is.
Oh,
there you
down.
go.
He's facing through the ground. He's going all the way down to...
I don't see him doing that. He's just walking around, but everyone's like staring at him. Okay, hello, anyone? Now he's trying to communicate.
And I think they see him too.
I'm I can't type to STS saying, hey, you might want to reconnect.
Yeah, we don't.
You don't have global chat?
Nope.
You're right, we can't type. Shit. No, just do what you do when you're unconscious.
Humber says STS needs to update his PowerPoint.
give him a warm welcome, shall we?
I can't type in global though.
You have to escape and then you can open it.
Righto, sorry. Between the rounds, I decided to do as many of the showcases as possible, and I managed to crash 2 helicopters, roll a Nix, and crash a IDAP van.
Nice.
Yes. So, Red Force setting off to Terminal 3 already. They have a sizable force headed there.
Jesus Christ.
Terminal 3 is the easiest one to defend. Not really. Terminal 1 would be the...
Well, so you have to remember this is going to be a wave defense, and it looks like they have added some stuff to Terminal 3, as you said, to make it a little bit more defendable, but we've already seen players like T5 Bay utilize this terrain to pretty much stop entire offenses. So they can only take Terminal 1 first, then they take Terminal 2, then Terminal 3, because if you know, yeah, sequential. Because it says Terminal 1 is active right now, and it's right in OPFOR spawn, so they've got time to utilize that. Terminal 2, though, I would say... Oh, I thought they were putting it in the building. No, they put it in a little shack on the outside. That's disrespectful. Because you got this massive building right here that you can easily turn into like a fucking shooter house on drugs, but... Look at Terminal 2.
Yeah,
that building's enterable.
If it was in the courtyard...
Yeah, but that building also has... If you're in that
stories
building... You have no cover whatsoever with those giant-ass glass windows.
Yeah, but there's still only a few spots that can see it from it, so...
Do they have fortification enabled?
I believe so on the
usually.
Engineers.
Yeah, that would be one hell of a place to do that. Although, the objective itself is in the...
oh no, they were Humvees.
Red Burger.
Not King Burger, but Red Burger.
Yeah, it's Red Burger. Yes, I would like a burger, please. A burger.
Hey, so the Blue 4 M2 Humvee, look at what it also has. I don't think that's going to be usable, though.
The laser system, yeah.
Oh, it's a laser system. I thought it was a giant thermal camera.
I think it has thermals, but yeah, it's a laser designator, night vision, and I think possibly thermals.
That is a thermal imaging camera. That's
I wonder if it'll actually work, though.
It does. That's one of the new things RHS added.
If usually FNF disables thermals, but I'd love to see that in use.
For some reason, since it has that, I feel like they have it working.
Yeah. Otherwise, why add it?
It's a very valuable asset, but just keep in mind, one bullet shot to the fucking lens of that, it's knocked out. So.
Pretty much, yep. I'd also love to see OPFOR use their vehicles to barricade the roads at Terminal 3. But we'll have to see what they decide to do. Based off of their unit dynamic, I don't think they're going to send anyone to Terminal 2, which I think is a mistake. I mean, that would be a perfect explosive trap. You literally just need someone to be on the 3rd story poking his head out, and when he sees guys get in there, easy clap. There's also civilian Vics right next to it. They could get in those Civi Vics and they could put them on the outside of that terminal, and then those detonate too, and that can kill a lot more people. They even have a fuel truck, right? Oh my god. Where's the explosive trap when you need it? Oh well. C'est la vie, right?
They're not sending a single fucking person there from the looks of it.
No?
Are they gonna use the Hind? They do have a Hind crew, but what is it going to do?
Scouting.
Suppression. And that.
I mean,
suppress and scout.
The previous AO that was done here, it was a sequential sector control, and the attacking team was OPFOR against Green 4, and OPFOR literally rushed to the final sector with no way of capping it because the other 2 sectors had to be taken, and it was in Zelenogorsk, and that was a fucking bloodbath, so that just goes to show you anything's possible. for this insanity.
A continuation of what Anderson has been running, or is this something else?
No, this is something else. Excuse me.
Okay. I'm looking forward to trying to doing that some more. That was like mini campaign in FNF.
I don't know. I mean, let's do a quick look at the weaponry here. Op4 has AK-74s, so they're 5.45 base. Blue 4, since they're being US, I'd assume is the 5.56, which I am seeing here. Yep. Okay, so we got the SOD Block 2 pod, whatever the hex. Forget what they're specifically called.
Block 2 sub mod.
Yeah, that's it. We do have some ACOG scopes, though.
Yeah, as mentioned, I think on the loading screen, they do have magnified optics.
I do like whoever made this.
Interesting. So longer range infantry engagements.
We found the server that is running FNF right now. Go to the Blue 4 spawn and look just past the commander next to a tree. There is a portable server box with a generator next to it. We found the FNF server.
The Friday Night Fight server is being run on a virtual machine on top of itself.
Yes.
Excellent.
Virtual meme machine.
As you can see, there's a lot of green lights, meaning the server, I think, is okay. SOP mod, that's it.
The ports are transmitting data, or at least plugged in, but there's nothing in those ports.
Well, it's okay. We'll know if they get a massive kickoff of players again, right?
Righto, so we got 3 little birds. One of them is armed with just the 50 cal.
Yep, the Gal 19. And the other 2 are transports for air assault. We have a pilot in one of the transport ones instead. I'd assume, so we got G-Legs and Patriot with Mountain, so I'd assume they're going to take all 3 of them, but at the same time, I mean, they... Do either of you really see any room for air assault in this AO?
No. Not really, unless they literally go up there and land at Terminal 1.
Like, I could see there's a nice opening in the forest to the west of Terminal 1, but to then, like, go the forested route, like, they could take the small little snippet of forest down there south of Terminal 1 and go in, then use that to get to Terminal 2 Wickety Split, but...
It looks like they're gonna do the smart thing here and hard defend Terminal 3, but, you know, when that happens, there are 3 helicopters. Hopefully they'll be smart and send those to recon the other position, Terminal 1 and 2, and notice, hey, there's nothing here. I'm curious to see what the Hyden's going to do, though.
Yeah, so Blue 4, they have the better aircraft. I would say a Little Bird with the GAU 1950 cal pod is going to be better than the 12.7 chin gun of the Hind. Just because the Hind is a bigger target, it's less maneuverable, and I think the Little Bird could easily run circles around that thing.
The Hind is a shit ton faster than the Little Bird, though. So that's all that they got going for them is speed and armor. The Hind is also pretty heavily armored for a helicopter.
Yeah, but 50 would still be able to penetrate pretty easily in the cockpit. So if Blue 4 gets one good strafe on the Hind, then they'll get it. But the Hind, I mean, if they use their superior speed and get a top-down attack on the Little Bird, I could easily see that shin gun taking them out too.
So we're seeing the trucks at the 3rd terminal busting down all the trees.
Red Hot Free Fall, thank you for the sub, and I missed another guy that subbed a while ago, and I'm only remembering now, so whoever that was, thank you so much as well. I hope you both keep enjoying the ops, hope you're staying safe from COVID, and I hope you get a kick out of this operation.
I think this is actually kind of a mistake, because it's putting down a lot of concealment and breaking up a lot of sight lines. Unless they, like, hold from inside and don't really look out too much, then that's a bit of a misplay for them.
If you go and take a look at Terminal 3, they're doing everything they can to knock over trees near the walls to give them bigger sight lines, at least on that western side.
Barb, isn't that what you were just saying?
Pretty much, yeah. But on the northern side of the checkpoint, like the trees
They
that
were
are
both
fallen
just
there,
talking about
all that greenery. It
That-
helps an attacking force because it breaks up that
Uh-oh.
sideline. You can't see through that.
The desync's back.
Ugh, yeah.
Something about whatever these new scripts they're running might not be too good.
Yeah, no, this is a different issue than what they had last week because this is just building on top of itself, you know, just to distribute later on. I have no idea what's causing it because I've never actually cracked open an FNF file and looked at their scripts, so.
What they were saying is they pretty much have something in place to where if your ping is too high, it does something.
I wonder how often it checks for that.
However, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, is it's checking that
But
every
starting to
second or
smooth out a
so.
bit. One of the Humvees just left its door open.
Alright, so MI-24 taking off. It is heading to the east. Little Bird Armed is also heading, or is that the armed one? That might be a transport one.
Oh, there we go. I'm back. That was weird.
The armed little bird is flying around towards the northeast right now.
Yep, so we got one little bird with crew. But the desync, it's getting worse and worse. Units are now getting completely hung up.
Did they reset the server after the first round?
Yes.
Yeah, because they got forced to.
Because
so
this
it's
happened.
something, yeah, it's something that's just constantly creating more. Yep, there's the kickoff.
What'd you
Yeah,
get,
everyone just had backed up.
Yep.
I'm still no.
All right. I'm gonna make an executive decision like I did last week and call it here and instead take the time off because I don't know. NA was better for it, so we'll go into we'll come back for NA here, but I mean I'd rather spend the time working on other stuff right now than you know, wasting your time as viewers here. So we'll be back at 8 o'clock for NA. Hopefully it won't be the same issue, but it was fixed last week as well. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. Feel free to do !multi and go join up on someone else. But otherwise, yeah, we'll be back in 3 hours.